Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome inside the Flair Airlines hangar here at the Edmonton Expo Center as we get ready to kick off Day 3 of the 2023 Men's NORCECA Final 6. So glad you could join us here on Volleyball Canada's YouTube page. We're going to begin the day with the United States at 2-0, taking on Puerto Rico at 0-2. The United States with another straight sets victory yesterday over Mexico. They find themselves on the top of the standings at 2-0 with 10 points. Meanwhile, Puerto Rico, they fell 3-1 yesterday to Cuba. They find themselves in 5th place, coming in with a total of 2 points. We'll see if Puerto Rico can pull off a bit of an upset here, a young Puerto Rican squad against a pretty veteran-laden United States of America team. Should be a good one here from the Expo Center. Day 3 of the Men's NORCECA Final 6 2023. Just a couple of minutes from getting underway. We'll throw things now to the in-house announcer, Bianca, for the pregame introductions. We'll be back with First Serve in just a moment.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet our international referees for the match. The first referee from Cuba, Mr. Duran Castaneda. The second referee from Canada, Mr. Serge Daniel.
So those are the starting lineups for this game between Puerto Rico and the United States. After going with the same lineup for back-to-back games, U.S. head coach Andy Reid changing things up quite a bit here today. Seeing the first action in this tournament for number 22, Kyle McCauley. Merrick McHenry getting a start, a change at libero as well with Mason Briggs. Also, Michael Marshman in the starting lineup for the United States. There on the right of your screen in the white shirts with blue shorts, the libero Briggs wearing the red jersey. Meanwhile, Puerto Rico going with almost the exact same lineup they used in yesterday's loss to Cuba. The only change, we're going to see Diego Rosic starting this match. They are on the left side of your screen in the predominantly blue jerseys. Wearing the red is their libero, that's Fernand Albaladejo. And getting us underway here is Jordan Ewart for the U.S. Joust at the net. Another chance for Puerto Rico. Tristan Lawrence is blocked. There's the captain for Puerto Rico, Feliciano, and he was able to do enough to cause some havoc on the United States side to get the first point of the match for Puerto Rico. Good effort by the U.S. to try to keep that ball going. Feliciano getting ready to serve now for Puerto Rico. Rowan back set there for Camden Gianni. It's off the block of Rosic, off the referee stand, which is considered out of bounds. Take another look at that one. Off the block and then boom, off the stand, out of bounds. Here's Merrick McHenry for the U.S. Rosic couldn't get on top of that one. Appeals for a touch, no call. Point USA. Merrick McHenry, another one of those UCLA players. There's 5 of them on this United States roster. Middle attack there for Puerto Rico, and it's Lee-Manuel Lomboy getting the kill. Puerto Rico doesn't use their middles a ton, either Lomboy or Yanluar Figueroa. There's a middle attack from the United States. Marshman kept alive. Lawrence just plays it over. McCauley tip. Was there a touch? No, there wasn't. Point Puerto Rico. The American players can't believe it, having a word with our down official. That's Serge Thériault from Canada. Head official for this match is Duran Castaneda from Cuba. And Castaneda has decided to overrule things here and says there was a touch, so the United States will indeed get that point. So it's going to be Camden Gianni to serve. On a situation like this, teams need to quickly get back into their rotation as Gianni rips a perfect ace. Right on the line, Camden Gianni. He's had a real nice tournament for the United States. As Gianni tied for 5th with his teammate Jordan Ewart in terms of total points in the event so far with 27. Gianni lets another one fly. Great pass from Alba Ladejo. Here come the U.S. McCauley cross court. Alba Ladejo can't save that one. Another point for the United States. Americans up 5-2. Another serve for Gianni. It's off to a good start once again for the Americans. Lawrence trying to go down the line, but he put it wide. Point for the Americans. Early timeout going to be taken here by Puerto Rico. Head coach Gerardo de Jesus Sanchez wants to talk things over early on. Volleyball Canada would like to thank its partners, the Government of Canada, the Government of Alberta, and Explore Edmonton for helping make this event possible. Big shout out to them. Hope you're enjoying our coverage of the 2023 Men's NORCECA Final Four from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. My name is Grayson Knudsen. Happy Thursday, everyone. A little bit closer to the weekend, which means we're a little bit closer to finding out which teams are going to play for gold, bronze, and 5th place on Sunday. This is the middle day of round robin action at the NORCECA Men's Final 6 this year. United States hoping to improve on bronze medal finishes in 2021 and 2022. Puerto Rico has taken a step up the podium each year, 5th in 2021, 4th in 22. However, they have brought in a very young team to this year's event. There's a block on Rosic. with the rejection. It's Marshman and Rowan forming a wall on that right-hand side of their court. Far side on your screen, another look from in tight. Still Gianni at the service line for the States. What a rip from Camden Gianni. Feliciano couldn't do very much with that one. Camden Gianni's run continues. It is 8-2 for the U.S. This game was 2-1 for Puerto Rico. And finally, Gianni able to miss a serve after he'd done so well. It was 6 in a row there from the Americans. Now Christian Lawrence gives it right back. Opportunity for Puerto Rico to maybe build a little bit in this match, and Lawrence makes an error. Kyle McCauley, 24 years old, plays professionally in the Netherlands. That's out of bounds, so 3 straight errors on serves. Diego Rosic getting the start here this afternoon for Puerto Rico. Didn't start yesterday against Cuba, but did come into the match late. And he started as well back on Tuesday in the first game of the round robin. Marshman in the middle, that's dug up. Free ball chance for the United States. Ewert hammers it down. I think the Puerto Ricans were expecting another middle attack there. Go right back to Marshman, but instead Andrew Rowan went out wide, found Ewert. Michael Marshman, he plays professionally in France. Battle at the nets, and it's going to fall on the Puerto Rican side. Another point for the United States. USA leading by 7, 11-4 here in this first set. Serve goes long. Puerto Rico gets that point. Server will be Figueroa. There's a good middle run for McHenry. Eric McHenry getting a nice swing in. The server is the American setter. It's Andrew Rowan. Feliciano with a tip. Looked like Rowan tried the pancake there, couldn't quite get underneath of it. Great spot for the captain Feliciano to just pop one over the block. Here's Sebastian Hoik for Puerto Rico serving. McHenry, Hoik, what a dig, and it's put away. Really well done by Hoik on Team Puerto Rico to get that pancake dig. Looked like McHenry had put that in a perfect spot. And it was Feliciano just playing it over after putting it deep. Partial block here. Wait, Feliciano. Gianni off hands. Wait for Lawrence. Cross court. Took a little something off that to make sure it stayed in. And a good spot for Puerto Rico. They're making a little bit of a push back here. They're falling behind early. 12-8 now the score. Another serve for the left-hander Hoik. Gianni rips one, but he's rejected. Lamboy with a stuff. A nice run here for Puerto Rico. Hoik, another serve. Back row swing, and it's put away by McCauley. Puerto Rico wanted to go with the middle run there with McHenry, and that opened things up for the pipe bomb. Another chance for the Americans to attack. Rowan pushes out to McCauley, but McCauley was hoping that set was going to be a little bit higher. Ball goes sailing out the back. Another look at it. That's a tough set for Rowan. And McCauley just not able to get on top of it. Here's Feliciano. Into the net. Point for the United States. This is McHenry for the United States. Puts that one long. Substitution on the Puerto Rico side. It's that serve sub we've seen all event long. Lamboy coming out. Wilmer Hernandez will come in to do the serving. Hernandez has been almost exclusively used as a serve substitute so far in this event. High ball for McCauley. That's going to get through the hands of Feliciano. Point USA. And the Americans coming off another 2-0 win over Mexico yesterday, find themselves in first place. So they were really happy with their serving and their passing in that win over Mexico. Gianni already had a nice run of serve earlier in this set, and now McCauley pokes it over, so Gianni will have another chance to go back. Jordan Ewart says the Americans are getting more comfortable in chaotic situations, and their goal is really to continue to build up towards that final on Sunday. That's where they want to be. Puerto Rico's taking a timeout here. Their second of the set, as the United States has a 16-11 lead. Volleyball Canada would like to thank some of their major sponsors, including Mizuno, Mikasa, and Volleyball Stuff, for their continued support. Gerardo de Jesus Sanchez, the head coach for Team Puerto Rico, said after their loss to Cuba, said that their team was a little bit shorter than the Cubans, and said that that likely made a difference. Liked how they started, but felt they got a little bit desperate in that fourth set. Things got away from them a little bit. That was the 25-18 Cuban win in set 4, the biggest set victory in that match. But again, a young Puerto Rican squad with 6 players under the age of 20. They've got 2 17-year-olds, one of them on the floor right now, and Yanluar Figueroa. The youngest player in the tournament is Lorenzo Rivera, the number 4. We've seen him a couple of times. He just turned 17 in July. That one from Rosic is off the block and down on the American side. Point for Puerto Rico. Christian Lawrence getting ready to serve up here. A little bit of trouble for the United States as Gianni just sends it over. Puerto Rico in the middle. Figueroa was blocked. No way around Michael Marshman that time in the middle. Another look at it there. Kyle McCauley, again, his first appearance of this event. Rosic, good dig by Briggs, but another chance for Puerto Rico. Hike tried that turn and burn, but it was read brilliantly by the Americans, and a big stuff there in the middle by Marshman. For part of me, that was Ewert who had snuck over. We've seen that play a couple of times from Puerto Rico. The Americans have clearly watched some film. That one off the block, out of bounds. Point for Puerto Rico. 18-12, the United States in front here in the opening set of the opening match of day 3. Diego Rosic. Back row Gianni, things open right up. And he was able to really swing hard at that one. Only just a half-hearted block from Puerto Rico there. No real resistance, easy for Gianni. Lawrence trying to give it right back, and he does. Great cross-court swing. Tristan Lawrence has been doing a lot of the damage for Puerto Rico. He and Feliciano, the captain. Wilmer Hernandez out. Lee Manuel Lamboy back in. The server is Figueroa for Puerto Rico. McHenry, man, he can float, can he? Hung in the air for a while to get on top of that one and put it away. The server will be Rowan here for the United States. Battle at the net. Chance for the States with Ewert. He's blocked. Hoik and Lamboy forming the wall. I believe it was the setter Hoik who made the stuff. Look again. First the joust, and then the setter has to get up to block Ewert's attempt. Now he's serving. Hoik had a decent run last time around. Gianni's gonna get the United States out of this rotation in a one and done this time. Here's Lawrence. Up against 3 in the wall, no way through. Big time rejection from the Americans here. Hoik really could only go to that far side, and that let the United States and their blockers slide over, form that 3-man wall. Feliciano kept alive by Briggs. Back set to Gianni. Albaladejo, nice dig. This time a swing from Feliciano, but it's out of bounds. Point USA. Their lead is now 8, 23-15 late in this first set. Server will be Ewert. Plays overseas in Germany. That serve into the net. Antonio Feliciano, the Puerto Rican captain. Another back row swing. This one will fall in. It's Ewert getting the point. Set point chances now for the United States at 24-16. Merrick McHenry looking to finish things off. Lawrence, brilliant cross-court kill. Nice and deep into that back corner, keeping Puerto Rico alive. Gonna see Lomboy serve here. And Marshman puts it away. Nice middle run by the Americans to win this opening set, 25-17 the score in this one. So a strong start from the Americans, building up a lead that they would not relinquish over the course of the set. Second set action coming up shortly when we return to the Flair Airlines hangar in Edmonton and the 2023 Men's NORCECA Final Six in just a moment. Teams taking the floor here at the Edmonton Expo Center, the Flair Airlines hangar ahead of set number 2 between Puerto Rico and the United States. The Americans winning the opener 25-17. The U.S. with 14 attacking points to just 9 for Puerto Rico. The Americans with 4 points off the blocks compared to 2 for Puerto Rico, and a couple of aces for the United States as well. Errors total were fairly close, actually. Puerto Rico making 6 and the United States making 5 in that opening set. Second set getting underway with Sebastian Hoik, the server. That's a tough one for the setter to deal with. You're waiting for it to hit the net, and then it never does, or it just clips the very bottom. Winds up hitting the floor. Point for the United States to get things going here in the middle set. That one from Gianni just floated long. Point for Puerto Rico. Gianni led all scorers in that opening set with 6 points. Couldn't find one there though, as Feliciano gets ready to serve now. In the middle, it's McHenry getting it to go off the block. It's a nice easy pass, a good middle run from the Americans. Lawrence drops it into the pot. Another point for Puerto Rico, Cristian Lawrence. He and the captain Feliciano were tied with 3 points apiece in that opening set for Puerto Rico to lead the way. Lee-Manuel Lomboy. Gianni, big time kill. Camden Gianni doing it once again for the United States. A dangerous attacking option on the outside is Camden Gianni. Could look for him in the back row too. Serve though goes long that time. Cristian Lawrence, the number 2 for Puerto Rico, 20 years old. That one goes long. So a couple of service aces here, one each way. Here's Kyle McCauley for the Americans. Rosic through the block, still up. Rowan tried a setter dump, and Rosic read it like a book. He was all over that one. One more look at it there. Rosic with the swing, and Rowan took a quick peek. Decided to try the dump. Rosic wasn't buying that. Now he's back at the service line. Back row from Gianni with all sorts of authority. Albaladejo not able to control that heater. Just unleashing there was the American number 10. Michael Marshman for the USA. Service error into the net. Figueroa now for Puerto Rico. Back row that time, and it's blocked by Feliciano. McCauley in the pipe, Feliciano denied him. Good read by the Puerto Rican captain. Figueroa, another serve. And it's going to be an ace for Figueroa as it just fooled Ewart. Figueroa's got that little running float serve. They can dance and knuckle around. Puerto Rico off to a really nice start in this second set. 7-5 they lead. Clean from Ewart this time. Got it right back, tipped it over. Lawrence kept it alive. Ewart again off the block. This time Lawrence won't be able to bring it back. Good effort though from Puerto Rico's number 2. Andrew Rowan, setter for the United States. Out the back. Service error number 7 for the U.S. in the match. Puerto Rico's only made 2 errors from the line so far. Sebastian Huyck. Was tipped over by Gianni. Did it land in? It did! Well, it wasn't the prettiest point he's ever scored, but Cam Gianni somehow able to get enough on this to put it over the net. Just trying to reach up there with the fingertips on that high set. Rosic from the back. Kept alive. United States scrambling. Good pass, Albaladejo. Lawrence couldn't get it over the net. Point United States. Even now at 8 apiece. So he just didn't quite clear the tape that time. Ewart to serve. Feliciano blocked. Another chance for him. Blocked again. Lawrence, he's denied. Lawrence one more time. Absolutely no way through for Puerto Rico. That was a block party for the U.S. That front line of Gianni, McHenry, and McCauley. An absolute brick wall on that rally. Puerto Rico took 4 swings and just could not break through, and now a big ace from Ewart. This set, the momentum is changing quickly here to the U.S. side, and head coach Gerardo de Jesus Sanchez realizes that as well. Takes a timeout for Puerto Rico. That's 4 points in a row now for the U.S. They're up 10-8. Volleyball Canada would like to thank Volleyball Alberta for helping to organize volunteers for this event. You can see them in the yellow shirts. You can check out volleyballalberta.ca for more information about volleyball in this province. Nice run here from the United States to retake the lead. 10-8. First time out of the set used by Puerto Rico. Ewart doing the serving now, coming out of that timeout. And it might have cooled him off just a hair as that one goes out the back. Another service error for the U.S. puts them at 8 for the match. Feliciano. Rowan, and there's a good swing from Gianni. 10 points so far for number 10 after that big kill. Merrick McHenry. Tough one for Huyck. He brought it back, but I think it's going to get called for Oh, the United States part of me is going to get called for a reach. Must have ever so slightly grazed the ball. Take another look here. White goes up. And it might have actually been McHenry getting a piece of the hand of the setter, Hoik, resulting in that reach over. Serve sub for Puerto Rico. Wilmer Hernandez in for Lamboy. And it's an ace for Hernandez. Puts it right on the sideline. The Americans were sitting, watching, hoping that it would go out. And not much protest either. They must have realized that it was indeed in play. Hernandez will try again here. Gianni, another kill for Camden Gianni. He'll go back to the service line. Camden Gianni out of Grand Canyon University. Rosic ran into that wall again. Rowan and Marshman. United States continuing to score with their block. Now 6 points in the match. Gianni serving once more. 13-11. The Americans in front. Lawrence. Another rejection. This one is going to go out of bounds. Point for the United States. Puerto Rico just having a really difficult time getting through this American block at the moment. Gianni launches another one, but that one into the net. Puerto Rico trailing by 2 now as their number 2. Tristan Lawrence gets ready to serve, 20 years old. A lot of these Puerto Rican players playing collegiately, either in Puerto Rico or on the American mainland. Shoots at that time, pushed to Marshman. A couple of them, of course, still in high school. McCauley had to readjust. Another chance for the U.S. Gianni from the back, off the fingertips of the block. Point, USA. Camden Gianni continuing to lead the way offensively in this match. He's among the top scorers in the tournament too. Everybody trailing behind Alejandro Gonzalez of Cuba. Well out in front. There's a huge stuff by Ewert. There's that American block once again coming to play. 7th time they've come up with a stuff block in this match in Puerto Rico. Head coach Gerardo de Jesus Sanchez taking his 2nd time out of the 2nd set. United States up 16-12. Volleyball Canada would like to thank its partners, the Government of Canada, the Government of Alberta, and Explore Edmonton for helping to make this event possible. USA hoping to go to 3-0. Set themselves up in a good spot for the final on Sunday. Tomorrow is going to be a big one for the United States. They'll play in the late match against Canada. So both of those teams with an opportunity to go into that match at 3-0. Canada, of course, will play later tonight against Cuba. And sandwich in between the late game and this one, we'll have the Dominican Republic and Mexico at 4:30 Mountain Time. Feliciano, a little back row tip that time. Wasn't quite high enough for him to get a full swing, and maybe he was better off for it. Just poking that one over the blockers. Rosic. Rowan quick there in the middle for Marshman. Good set from Rowan. Figueroa in the middle, off the block, out of bounds. Point USA, or sorry, point Puerto Rico. It's off of McHenry and out of bounds. Sub for Puerto Rico, Lamboy back in for Hernandez. Yan Luar, Figueroa for Puerto Rico. Ewert pushes it into the block, kept alive. Lawrence off hands. Ewert again, lets it fly and muscles it through. Able to sneak it through the seam in the block there. Hoik did well just to pop it up for Feliciano. Gianni off hands, everybody looking for it. Nobody can find it for Team Puerto Rico. The Americans' lead grows to 5 points here. Getting in the business end of set number 2 at 19-14. Another serve from Rowan. Hoik. Lawrence didn't hit it clean. Goes sailing outside the court. Hoik really only had the one option there. Again, it allows the American wall to really form. Lawrence. That one off the fingertips and it threw Rowan off just a little bit. That slight redirection. Sebastian Hoik now for Puerto Rico. Dropping one short. Good stretch from Briggs. And then Ewert hammers it home. The Americans are going to make a substitution. Camden Gianni will come out. Jalen Penrose coming in. Penrose, the number 27, made a brief appearance in the Americans' first match against the Dominican Republic. Didn't play yesterday. And an ace serve for Ewert. Great spot between a couple of defenders here. And you can see Feliciano, the last second, just put an arm out. Trying to just keep it alive, not able to do so. Ewert, a little softer that time. Feliciano, kept alive. What a play there! And the Americans are gonna get that point. McHenry kicking at it to keep it up. Again, that's a totally legal play, remember. Doesn't matter how you do it, just keep that ball alive and off the floor. Still Ewert as the Americans really pulling away late here in this second set. Lawrence off the edge of the block and out of bounds, point Puerto Rico. Antonio Feliciano. Into the net, service error. Set point opportunity now for the United States. And it will be McHenry. Quick one-handed set for Lawrence, tipped over. Back row, Ewert really had to reach for that one. Watch it here. It's just a little bit in front of him, so he's not able to get on top of it. More of a push that time. Sent it flying out the back. Lamboy, the serve for Puerto Rico. Penrose blocked, but it's out of bounds. And the United States has won yet another set, 25-17, the same score as we saw in the opener. The United States still yet to drop a set at this year's event, and they'll look for their third straight sets victory when we come back for set number 3 from the 2023 Men's NORCECA Final 6 in Edmonton in just a couple of minutes. Ready for set number 3 here at the Flair Airlines hangar in Edmonton. Day 3 of the 2023 Men's NORCECA Final 6. My name is Grayson Knutson. Hope you're having a great Thursday. The United States up 2-0 on Puerto Rico in our first match of the day. Jalen Penrose is going to stay in the match to start this third set for the U.S. We're going to see Carlos Santa Cruz in the game as well on the Puerto Rican side. He's in for Feliciano, I believe. As that one over top from Lawrence, no touch, point for the Americans to kick off set number 3. See there, clearly over the block. Trying to sell that there was a touch as Ewert picks up an ace. 5th ace of the match for the U.S. Ewert, foot fault. None of the head official hasn't noticed it yet. Flags waving from the lines people and nobody's paying attention. This rally doesn't mean a whole lot. We're just playing for fun, it looks like. Now they put the flags down. And so the Americans have been awarded a point, but There's a foot fault over there. I think they're going to let this stand. They are going to let this stand, and they keep playing, and the Puerto Ricans are not happy at all. It was very obvious. I could see it from up here that Ewart was clearly over the line. Two lines people were waving the flags, and nobody did anything. And another point for Puerto Rico here as they're on the board. They're still arguing with our head official. That's Duran Castaneda from Cuba. So if you're Puerto Rico now, you just have to kind of somehow forget about that. It's already in the past. Unfortunately, a mistake there from the setter hike. 5-1 for the United States here early in this third set. Merrick McHenry will serve. And it's error for error here. Cristian Lawrence will now serve for Puerto Rico. Out the back. 3 errors in a row on the serve. Now an ace for the United States, courtesy of Jalen Penrose. Timeout, Puerto Rico. Look at that Penrose ace once again, perfectly along the sideline. Volleyball Canada would like to thank some of their major sponsors, including Mizuno, Mikasa, and Volleyball Stuff. As the Americans flying to begin this third set, up 7-2. That ace from Jalen Penrose, making it 7 on the match here for the United States. They've also made 11 service errors as well. On the Puerto Rican side, 2 aces to 6 errors. Leading point getter in the match is Cam DeGianni, who of course is now on the bench. Leader for Puerto Rico is Cristian Lawrence. Jalen Penrose, he plays professionally in Hokkaido in Japan. There's a block on the Santa Cruz attempt. Rosic on the other side. Third time for Puerto Rico, and another block. Marshman with a stuff. This American block has done some real damage to Puerto Rico in this match. 8 points off the block. And that doesn't include the number of blocks they've made mid-rally either. Penrose hammers one out the back. Puerto Rico stuck 5 early in this third set. Need to win this one to keep the match going. Briggs pops it up, McCauley running after it. And that ball is going to be too far for Puerto Rico to track down. First contact sent it out the back. McCauley's serve is long. Carlos Santa Cruz, the 21-year-old. This is going to bounce back on the Puerto Rican side. And that's 4 contacts against Puerto Rico. Lamboy in that battle at the net pushed it right off the top of the tape. He's saying that it was off the block. So there's the third contact. That would be the fourth right there. Puerto Rico not overly thrilled with some of the calls that have been made in this third set. Rosic rejected, kept alive, Alba Ladejo, and Rosic doing really well. Penrose out of the back end of the net. Give a point to the Puerto Rican defense there. Rosic now to serve up for Puerto Rico. 10-5, Americans in front. Service error for Puerto Rico. They've had a couple here in this set. They had been relatively clean from the line in the match. Some on the American side, we're going to see Bryce Dvorak come in for Andrew Rowan. So Rowan will get a bit of a breather here, and Dvorak out of Pepperdine University. Lomboy partially blocked. Here come the Americans. Dvorak to Ewert. Penrose, big time kill, right down the line. Jalen Penrose. Little back set there from Dvorak, and Penrose hammered it. Gerardo de Jesus Sanchez, Puerto Rico's head coach, calling their second timeout already of this third set. 12-5, the United States lead this one. Big thank you to Volleyball Alberta for organizing the volunteers for this event. For more information, check out volleyballalberta.ca. Well, through 2 days and a little bit of competition here at the men's NORCECA Final Six, I think it's getting fairly clear that the Americans appear to be the class of the field. Canada up in that conversation as well. That match tomorrow night is going to go a long way to determining first place, I think, in this event. Of course, there's still lots of volleyball to be played. Strange things can happen. Right now, it looks like the Americans are in cruise control. Lawrence off the hands, breaks, can't reel it in. Point for the Americans, for Puerto Rico. Wilmer Hernandez getting ready to come in and serve once again for Lomboy. Hernandez with the serve into the net. So service error number 8 for Puerto Rico. Now Jordan Ewert will look to serve up for the U.S. And he's going to get an ace, number 8 on the match for the Americans. Couple of points off serves here for the U.S. One off an error and one off an ace. And Ewert did drop that one on the back line. Just in time, that ball hit the floor. Catching paint. Back-to-back aces for Jordan Ewert. Does he have a third in store? Nope, that one will go wide. Close on the sideline there, but it was out of play. Sebastian Hoik, the Puerto Rican setter, the left-hander. Dvorak sets it up in the back. Ewert got it over. Now Lawrence into the triple block. One thing the Americans have done really well is recognizing when the setter Hoik for Puerto Rico doesn't have many options, or when Puerto Rico's out of system, and that's allowed them to get their blockers together and form that three-man wall. And they have had all sorts of joy, and they'll take a party ball as well as Penrose hammers it home. The Americans starting to run away with this one, up by 10 in this third set. Floated over by McHenry. That one off the antenna from Santa Cruz, so a point for the United States. Take another look at it here. It was actually the American player who touched the antenna on the outside Penrose. So that's why the Puerto Ricans were a little upset after that one. They've had 3 legitimate gripes in this set. Not that it would have made a huge difference, but you never know momentum-wise. Great scramble by the United States, but it's Santa Cruz who just pops it over for another point. Tristan Lawrence at 18-8, US in front. And it's just long. Didn't miss by a ton. So here's Penrose. Big time serve that Hernandez keeps alive. Back row, Ewerts got it to go. United States up 20-8. And a sub for Puerto Rico, a change at setter as Hoyt comes out. Coming in is Jose Vargas, the number 23. He's 20 years old. Penrose, and it's sliced out of bounds. Lamboy returning for Puerto Rico here for Hernandez. Figueroa, the youngster serving for Puerto Rico. Penrose lets it rip again. The Americans have all sorts of attacking depth in a number of different positions. I think Camden Gianni, who's leading the game in points, comes out. Things might get easier for Puerto Rico, but Penrose comes in and just picks up exactly where Gianni left off. Rosic off hands, and nobody's going to get to that one. The server for Puerto Rico is Carlos Santa Cruz. Marshman, that was up off the foot of Albaladejo, but nobody could get second contact. And now Marshman will go back to the line after picking up that point. Rosic just threw it off the fingertips. Good play there from the number 24. Substitution for Puerto Rico. Lawrence will come out, and Lorenzo Rivera, the youngest player in this event, is onto the floor, the number 4. Saw him quite a bit in the opening game against Canada. Didn't play a ton yesterday. Rosic serve. McHenry off the block. There's this first swing for Rivera, but it's out of bounds. United States up 23-11 now. Bryce Dvorak, the 22-year-old. Big block again by Penrose and McHenry. Another stuff for the States, their 10th point off a block. Match point, United States. Dvorak. Nice serve there, well passed. That one didn't get over, and the United States has won it in straight sets once again. 25-11 the score in that third and final set. What an impressive victory again from the United States. Once more, they certainly look like the class of this field so far through the first 3 matches. Again, the United States tomorrow will take on Canada at 7 o'clock. Puerto Rico will play in the same time slot tomorrow, 2 o'clock Mountain, when they take on Mexico. Some of the final stats from this match. The United States, 33 points from kills compared to 19 for Puerto Rico. 10 points off blocks compared to just 3. And 9 aces to 2 aces in favor of the Americans as well. Puerto Rico with 20 errors, the United States with 19 in that match. The United States at 3-0, and they've got a perfect 15 points so far. Puerto Rico falls to 0-3, and they've got 2 points in the tournament. Our next match will be the Dominican Republic and Mexico. That's coming up at 4:30 local time, so in about an hour and 20 minutes from now, and we hope you'll join us for that one right here on Volleyball Canada's YouTube page. On behalf of our staff here at the Flair Airlines hangar at the Edmonton Expo Center, this has been a presentation of Sports Canada TV. My name is Grayson Knutson. Thank you so much for watching the Men's NORCECA Final 6 2023. We'll be back in just over an hour for Mexico and the Dominican Republic.